Welcome to the Transportation Committee hearing concerning speed limits. We ask that you keep your testimony to the point of issues regarding speed limits, and please do not repeat testimony you have already heard. Our first testimony will come from an individual whom would like to remain anonymous for reasons unknown.
Thank you, committee members, for allowing me to speak. I am here today to testify in favor of the speed limits on Lake WinnFibs. These limits have worked, and I will tell you how. I have paddled and sailed the lake for close to 9,000 hours over the past 2 years, and kept a record of each trip, and I can tell you that the lake was more civil than we have seen in 2 decades. I felt very safe knowing there were limits on the lake. I saw people rowing more, fishing more, and enjoying their boats. People in their thunderboats were very scarce, and the lake was much more enjoyable. Thousands of people have wanted these limits for years, and they have been proven to work. To allow cowboys back on the lake by approving this bill would be a mistake. I will take any questions.
Sir, you say the speed limits have been proven to work. How is this so?
I have been on a lake my whole life. I like water. I am also supposedly a resident of the lakes region, and people feel safer.
Sir, that does not answer my question. How has this been proven?
We have all used our boats more, and the lake was much more civil than the past 2 decades. Fathers were bringing their children fishing again, the thunderboats were no longer making noise, and people were paddling in record numbers again.
Sir, what you have offered thus far is your opinion. You have not answered my repeated question. What data and evidence do you have to back up your claims that it is more civil than in 2 decades? Where does one get the evidence to substantiate your claim?
Like I stated earlier, I have paddled 9,000 hours, and kept a journal. Not to mention, thousands of people have sent emails, and signed a petition. I personally stood out in front of Market Basket in Salem, New Hampshire, and Costco in Dover, and Petco in Nashua, and Colebrook Nursing and Rehabilitation Center, and had people sign this petition.
Sir, none of these polling places are relative to the sentiment of boaters on the lake. Do you have anything relevant to the discussion to add?
I also conducted my own poll by phoning residents and asking them if they supported speed limits to avoid children from being run over by selfish GFDL boats menacing bays at wide open throttle. 83% of those people I called agreed that they did not want another child to be harmed by these cowboys.
Sir, this is a modification to the speed limits for the entire state of New Hampshire. When passed, this will allow for the Marine Patrol to pull people over in situations where they may not even be exceeding the current limit, even if they are traveling at any speed in a situation that it may not be prudent to do so. Why would you not support this?
I believe I have the answer for this. The cowboys are no longer terrorizing campers or running over canoes at very high rates of speed in the Broads. Kayakers are able to paddle the entire lake without feeling scared. Do you want Boy Scouts to be severed by cowboys on thunderboats?
I am not the one being questioned. However, in a recent article in the local media, Director of Safety Services, David Barrett, said that speed has never been an issue on Lake WinnFibs. Would you be able to speak to this?
The Marine Patrol does not know what it is talking about, and I will tell you why. I have had all my friends each send hundreds of emails from all of their different email addresses. I have submitted all of them from the past 7 years to you, even though many of those people are not real, have moved away or passed on.
You are still avoiding every question I've asked. Before the session today, I did a quick fact check and found that there has never been an accident or death on the lake associated with high speeds or even speeds on or around 45 miles per hour. Would you mind taking a few seconds to respond to this?
If you read any of my posts on winnie.com, under my various names, you would know that I have never answered a question where facts were presented to me. I was thanked by Skip for my useful posts.
Well, Ed, we appreciate your stories about paddling on the lake and campers being clubbed by thunderboaters, but the committee has requested testimony, backed up by factual information, about why traveling at speeds that are reasonable and prudent for the given conditions should not be applied statewide. And you have provided us with nothing but opinions, lies and fluff. Do you have anything else factual to say before we move on?
I sometimes enjoy sunsets on the deck and cowboys with very loud GFDL boats race through my proposed no-wake zone at very high rates of speed. Is this the proper forum to discuss this issue?
I am sorry, sir, but I am going to have to ask you to step down from the podium.
That is fine. I will just single out members of those that oppose speed limits and post lies about them on every forum that still allows me to post. I certainly hope that neither you, nor anybody in your immediate family, has ever had a beer while watching a football game or even joked about having a drink, or it might just appear on a forum. I may even cite you in an anonymous letter to the editor, and have my friends claim it to be a legitimate article, so I can feel better about myself, and people might take me seriously.
Sir, please leave.